And welcome back to another episode of Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian, here with Brandman Brandon, because you know if it's me, you gotta see him. And of course, the one, the only, our legendary leader, Tane Kramer. How's it going, guys?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. What is up?
I'm on the Iron Throne, so I don't know. That means that means someone's gonna die.
What happened?
That means someone's about to die. That's what this means. Someone's on the Iron Throne, someone's about to die. Oh man, dude, I can't wait to talk about it. Honestly, I thought that great finale. I cannot wait to talk about it.
Same.
But do you guys mind if we jump and do this trailer reaction first?
I was just gonna say the same thing because that trailer reaction is really good. Do you want me to play it or you got it?
I already got it pulled up, so hopefully I don't mess it up. We'll see. It's all adventure, guys. But here we go. And welcome back to the Spoiler Kings, guys. I know you guys had a chance to see the Ant-Man versus Wasp Quantumania trailer. If you haven't, I got it for you right now. Let's react. Let's watch it.
Let's go.
Right now.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're at ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this. Like a satellite for deep space, but quanta.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm. Turn it off. Now!
People. Just don't listen.
I told you to turn it off.
I should have stayed on the phone. I should have listened to my own mind.
It's a secret universe beneath ours.
What are you so afraid of?
There's something I never told you.
This place. It isn't what you think.
Let's go! I thought it was getting straight.
And give you more time. If you help me. So, what's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
Damn. Right on Valentine's Day.
All right.
I don't know if I was ready for this, guys. I don't know if I was really ready. What
That
the hell?
gave me inner space vibes
Okay, I can see that.
on a grander scale. Like the quantum realm landscapes look absolutely amazing. You know, it's so cool that like what we've seen of it, like very briefly, was only scratching the surface.
It's so beautiful. I don't even know what to even expect out of this movie, but I know I'm so excited right now I just want to see it now.
Yeah.
I'm almost mad that they dropped this trailer because what the hell? Now I gotta wait.
Yeah. I'll go see that in IMAX 3D if possible. That looks like a fun IMAX 3D watch.
Dude, I would pay double money to watch it.
To watch it right now. Yeah. It looks really good. I like, at least from the trailer, it looks like they're gonna spend majority of the movie in the quantum realm, which is pretty awesome. It's not like they go there for 5 minutes. It's like, no, it's gonna be the whole movie.
So. Yeah, like pretty much most of that looks like it's gonna take place in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, should we all just blame Cassie then?
Or the D-bot. No, I'm blaming Michelle Pfeiffer because she's like, oh, you called them? She's like, well, listen, my ex is down there. Can we not?
No, I'm black. Cassie, like, look, just like this generation. I guess I'm part of this generation too, but they don't listen. You tell me to turn it off. You know how many times I tell my daughter to turn something off? 15 times. If she would have did the first time, guess what would have happened? Nothing. We wouldn't have a movie right now. Everything would be fine.
What do you guys think about the actress who played Cassie Lang in the brief part in Endgame being replaced?
I was sad.
Yeah.
But I do like Catherine Newton. She's a really good actress.
No, look from Supernatural, man.
Did you see Freaky?
Is that where she's from?
Yeah, but I see from. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing that same remake 15 times. The remake has literally been made 15 times. It's crazy, but I just didn't like her. I didn't like her in Supernatural. I didn't think the spinoff was going to be good. I really didn't like Freaky with what's his name? Vince Vaughn. I
thought it was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Yeah, I just saw that.
This generation old ass.
Like, okay, boomer.
I am old, so it is okay.
You're not
you're just amazing.
You get some XP, that's all.
Yeah.
I just, you know what? The difference is always in the generations that I was born without internet. That's the biggest difference.
Well, you got it. When
1995, we were 10.
Yeah, 93, the internet was born, but it really didn't start coming around to 95.
Until you got Windows 95.
Windows 95. Yes,
until you got Windows 95. So
oh my god,
that's just what it is.
Yeah,
yeah, we are old for real.
Yeah.
But just saying on this trailer, this is amazing. So many things we saw. I was a little disappointed Bill Murray wasn't green. I thought he was going to be or purple or something like that. But man, Jonathan Majors.
I think this is going to open up a whole another world of possibilities within the MCU. I think this is going to be like a real kind of milestone, not milestone, but kind of a game changer for the and this is going to be the kickoff of Phase 5.
This is the real opening of what we're going to see. Yeah, for all this stuff, and the real introduction to who this real big bad is and how bad he really is. Because he looks just like you, but he's not. And that's where we're going to start to understand.
Yeah. It's from what he was saying, like Jonathan Majors, he's like, oh, King is going to be bigger and badder and more scary than Thanos, which is kind of because Thanos always had that notion of like, at least he's doing it with a cause. You know what I mean? Like he's not doing it because he wants to see the world burn, you know?
Yeah, he basically thought he was a holy warrior.
Yeah, he thought he was great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where King, I think, is like, oh no, all this is mine. You know, it's like this belongs to me. So it's a little of a different ambition, behind it. So that changes the character.
He's also he's more of a tyrant, you know.
Yeah.
But when you look at Thanos, he's scary. He gives he gives off that aura. So you see him and you immediately say, Bill, that's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
When you see hey, looks like
I think your mic messed up. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I got you back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you see Kang, it's like he looks like everybody else. He looks just like you, so that kind of disarms you. When you see Thanos,
King is inevitable.
Man. So
that's just every bad guy's slogan now.
Kang is more inevitable than Thanos. Kang scares me way more.
Yeah. There's a cool comic book panel that's been kind of going around the internet lately. And it's with Kang and Thanos kind of like talking, and Thanos saying like how badass he is, and then like King just like grabs him by the neck and like makes him like age out until like he's dust. So you like literally like time fast or time forward him until he's dead. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, he's so many characters. He's He Who Remains.
Mm-hmm.
He's Kang. I mean, he's what's his name? Richards. What's his real name?
Franklin Richards.
Franklin Richards. Like it's just so scary. He is so many things. There's so many versions of him, and they all want to take over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly what Andy just said. Can't kill him. There's always another one.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the badass Highlander.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see what Jonathan Majors does with this role, and the other variants we're gonna see. Obviously we got a little taste in Loki last season, so I'm just really excited. Jonathan Majors, is really gonna, I think, bring something special, and he's a great enough actor that he can play all these variants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
each one's going to bring something special, something different to it, and that's just going to be so amazing.
Yeah. When I heard that he was cast as Kang, I was really I was really curious, and then when I saw him in Loki, it really ignited my faith in him. Like, he can do this.
Well, I saw him in Lovecraft Country.
And
Lovecraft
Country. Yeah, Lovecraft Country.
This guy is an amazing actor.
I'm still upset they got unjustly canceled.
Yeah,
people just didn't know what they're missing.
That was what, HBO, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well,
no surprise there.
Look at him now. He's got a much sweeter deal now.
Yeah. He's on top of the world right now.
We're the ones that missed out.
Yeah.
Missed out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the guy, everything he touches seems to be gold. Like the harder they fall, like that was super amazing.
It's absolutely amazing in Creed 3, of course.
Oh yeah, and we
that trailer was amazing too.
That was an amazing trailer. And
so
he's really amazing in that.
I know we kind of got off track, guys, but I do want to say this is what we think about this trailer. I want to know what you guys think. Please comment. Let us know. I love throughout the day reading the comments and see what people are saying about everything. So please comment. Let us know. Like the video. Please subscribe. As you know, we're doing our giveaway next week's Monday. We're doing our giveaway on Halloween. So we have a lot of views. I want more comments. If you guys get a chance, please do that. And we're on a road to 500, which we're going to do even bigger giveaway. We cannot wait. So please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later with another reaction.
Yep.
Later.
All right.
Oh, yeah, try to keep that one.
I realized that I wasn't paying attention to the time. I was like, crap.
Yeah. With this one, I figure we want to House of the Dragon. We'll do the episode, and then we'll end it like we normally end it, and then we'll do a short. Yeah, do a short with the whole series. So, but So was it hard last time for you guys to do Halloween Ends?
We hit it right at like 58.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right on the money.
Okay. So it'll be a little bit more hard than that with 3 people, but I'm assuming Jimmy's also watching the Monday Night Football game.
He hates football because of Tom Brady.
That's all right. You got the second coming, Zappy.
Yeah, but he's a Tom Brady fan, and that's the best part. It makes me just laugh.
That man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Jimmy follows the Nerd Huddle on Facebook. I put up a bunch of memes. That's what I've been trying to do more on our story on Nerd Huddle.
What was Giselle Bundchen on the
I cracked up so hard with that one. Oh, because it's the flash meme where he's like peace out on the grave, but they crop out Giselle, and it says like Tom Brady's career. That was that was
so bad. Jimmy's gonna hate us now. Wait, Brown selling booming shirts with him and Giselle hugging. Wow,
oh, that Photoshop one.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
that was so petty. I saw that.
And Andy was saying you guys have a lot to cover with Black Adam and House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Dude, House of the Dragon was off the fucking chain. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
House of the Dragon was off the chain.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah. What do you want to get right into it then?
Yeah,
Let's do that. Let's do House of the Dragon.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. And welcome back to Spoiler Kings. Guys, did you see House of the Dragon's finale?
Sure did.
Yes.
The Black Queen is alive and well, and I understand her 100%. What the hell?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
This is how you do a finale that leaves you aching for more.
Yeah, and it just sucks that we have to wait 2 years.
I expected 2 years.
It's so annoying.
Actually, surprised that it wasn't.
Are they planning a pandemic? Like, I don't understand. Like, why have I got to wait 2 years? Like, literally, I was that meme with the guy on the beach sitting there looking at the sunset, sitting on the bench. Like, why do I have to wait 2 years for this? This is crazy.
And the way HBO and or Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever the hell they want to call themselves now, the way they've been handling themselves the past, since the merger, what's going to happen in 2 years? You know what I mean?
Like, be bought out by Universal. Bought out by Universal.
So
yeah, it's crazy that it's Well, I don't want to say it's crazy that it's going to take that long because, like I said, that's what I expected.
Yeah,
but
as much as I want to be angry about it, I have to
31 when it comes back.
Maybe. But honestly, we didn't have any CGI problems, did we? This was like one of those things that just everything went together. Everything was good. It just, I have no complaints.
We finally, well, I don't know, spoiler. We finally got the dragon fight that we've been wanting. We got it in Game of Thrones, but too bad we couldn't see it. But we couldn't see it in Game of Thrones because it was just pitch black. So now we got it, and man, damn, that was so much better that I felt than it was in Game of Thrones. Like the first dragon fight or technically the second dragon fight we got in this universe.
This episode was a straight story, told exactly what the next thing that was going on.
Was it a fight though? True.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not really wrong. True.
It was so simple and straightforward and
very, very well paced.
It made no time jumps. And I believed every character exactly how they reacted to shit. It made 100% sense. Rhaenyra with having birth and having the stillborn. That scene was so. Me and my wife just looked at each other like,
very intense, and just visceral, and like, ugh.
But it's honest because honestly, in those times, there's so many stillborns.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to
all
give
the inbreeding,
except with all the inbreeding.
Especially with all the inbreeding, of course.
Did you see the baby though? Did the skull wasn't formed yet?
Yeah,
there was so much. They did details that ruined my nightmare. Like they're going to be in my nightmares for forever. Because anyone that's dealt with that kind of stuff, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough, and they did it hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
As Jimmy said,
the way the stillborn just like clunked to the ground, fell to the ground like that.
Yeah.
Thudded to the close-ups of it, like you said, Brian.
Yeah, I don't know too if you guys noticed they were even more like really detailed with putting the umbilical cord around the neck.
Yeah, and saw how it choked.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I was like, man, so that was rough. One thing can I say for season 2? Can we get less baby killing?
Oh my god,
please, please. Like,
I know infant mortality was high back then, but come on, man, I don't want to see that all. But I guess it did flow well because from episode 1, having what happened in episode 1, and then having what happened in episode 10, and how Viserys dealt with it, how it compares to how Rhaenyra dealt with it. Those are things that you got to kind of see, and how Daemon dealt with it, and was out doing other stuff. Like, seeing those things were just crazy.
Yeah. So much child death. I bet Stephen King watched this series and was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Too soon, man.
Yeah.
Too soon. That's so bad. Oh man, don't let me cancel. Can't be canceled before I get started. It's terrible.
Yeah, that was a rough scene.
Yeah,
but it showed how strong she really is, and made you believe that she can be anything. And at her lowest place, in her lowest position, that's when they bring the crown to her.
Yeah,
And
I thought that was kind of nuts.
And then no one thinks, she doesn't think that anyone's going to follow her, and everyone there bowed to her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, almost everyone. Not Rhaenys. Not Rhaenys.
Not right away. I wasn't sure how to take that. And I liked how they let it kind of sit, because then like everyone else kind of like gave her a nod and stuff like that, and then she turned around and looked at her or around the table or something like that, and she didn't, like acknowledge her as like you're not the queen yet. I don't know.
No, I felt like what it is she knew her husband Corlys was found, and she was waiting for him to get better, to get what his answer was. She stayed in her place no matter what was going on, no matter what her feelings were personally. She stayed in her place, but she did respect Rhaenyra about not wanting to go to war right away. I thought that was a really cool scene too, because every man was like, let's go get him. And Daemon's like, let's go. Hey, you ain't got to tell me 2 words. I'll fight this war by myself. And Rhaenyra said, let's hold on. I made a promise to hold this kingdom together.
Yeah. And but I also like how it was the aunt. I forgot what her name is.
Rhaenys.
Like once it's like she told her husband all like what's going on, this and that, blah blah blah, and then he's trying to figure out, and she's like, hey, listen, like we need to support her. It's like he had to make the decision, but she told him what decision to make.
Just like every other family,
but in
right?
private, So it was like, she was the real, boss of it. So, but I thought that was super cool.
Oh no,
of that part of it.
I gotta say this. Hold on. Low key, I would have went to Daemon around and killed Otto right there. Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't even asked. I would just chop his head off.
Yeah,
what? You didn't want me to do that?
My bad. Was it episode 7 or 8, whatever it was? Where he
killed Corlys' brother. He just done. Leave the tongue. I'm gonna cut that out too.
How'd you guys like when Daemon and Otto met at the bridge? The same way, it was like episode 2 or something like that, and then
Rhaenyra came on the dragon again.
Yeah, but this time she's on the opposite side, which is kind of interesting. So
it was also interesting. So she left the dragon there, so they couldn't get out.
Yeah,
they were trapped, and then Otto's still talking his stuff, and she's like, "You better refer to me as queen, bruh." It's just like, wow.
She got up in his face, ripped off the hand, thingy. Yeah, she was a badass.
Said, you got it. No, Brian, burn him and send the skull to Allison with a note that says, "Burn for bun." Wow.
Burn for bun.
Burn for burn.
I like burn for bun better.
A little more of a ring to it, right?
Yeah. I mean, that might happen now. The burn for burn.
No, she's going. We've been waiting for the Black Queen. We went for Rhaenyra. See, Rhaenyra is 2 things, and that's why I think she's one of my favorite characters. Her and Daemon are. She is Daemon, because that's where they have that attraction. They have the same thing, but she's also her father's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's Viserys' daughter, and the way she handles things is a little bit of both of them. So when everyone thinks they're going to fight, she wants peace. But when you touch her family, when you fuck with her family, she's ready to go after everyone. I think season 2 is going to be a bloodbath. Kids are going to be dying left and right. We don't need babies. We need kids. Kids are going to be dying left and right. And Daemon specifically is going to kill, Aemon?
Aemon.
Yeah. I think Daemon specifically goes and kills him.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of been setting that up a little bit. That fight between them two.
But it makes sense because Damon owes Rhaenyra. Like even when he came back in, it seemed like he realized he's like, I fucked up.
Oh,
I fucked up. I need to, show her, and he's going to be the one to like, look, I'm gonna go kill this mother. I don't care what anyone else says. I'm gonna kill in front of his mom, and that's gonna piss off Alicent. It's gonna go back and forth.
What it's like, what do you expect? I mean, like, but it made sense how he reacted to it because like Alicent was doesn't want the right eye, the eye right, Aemon was much like Alicent where like something happened and they're like very quick to reaction, like because we noticed that every time Alicent was pissed off, it was just like reaction and then thought about it, afterward. Where Rhaenyra is like thinks about it, but
Rhaenyra has been her entire life has been, shown how to be a queen, shown how to think about her actions. She didn't care about no one gonna tell her what to do, but she thinks about everything she does, and she has a plan for it. She had 3 illegitimate children, but guess what? She had a plan for every one of the kids. She always had a plan, always had it thought out. So crazy, and that's something that's very much a leader. Not necessarily a good one, but it's definitely a leader.
Yeah, she made some dumb moves, like legit dumb moves, but overall, I think she means well. I don't think, like you said, she's very peaceful. Where like Alicent kept putting this idea in everyone's head, like, oh, if you don't become king, she's gonna kill us all. I was like, why would you think that? Because you're an ass, and that's what you would do? It's like,
well, that's because her father said it.
Yeah,
but it's funny. But to be fair, Rhaenyra does have Daemon. No one's just gonna come in their house to try to kill nobody.
Yeah. Now.
That's just what it is. This is something Jimmy says. These writers did very well. I was hesitant to pick a side, but now, were you guys hesitant to pick a side?
For me, it wasn't like once episode 4-ish, maybe. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm over these Hightowers.
Yeah,
the green people, the greens, what are they calling them?
The greens. Yeah, I didn't like the Hightowers from the get-go. Yeah. From the beginning, I hated them.
Yeah,
because Otto even selling off his daughter, just pushing her off there to become queen. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it was icky.
And then Rhaenyra was a petulant child. But what do you think a princess is going to be? But no one could tell her no. What do you think she's going? And Damon's just so badass. I can't help but just love him.
Although, F him a little bit this episode, because when he grabbed her by the neck, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Were you surprised to see that though?
A little.
And they were that type of relationship with those two.
Not being sexual, yes, I was surprised. Like that was like anger and rage and emotion. That was him being upset.
She wasn't surprised. So this is not the first time this happened.
No,
this is definitely not something.
Also, I think she was more surprised because she was trying to like ask him, right? She's like, "Oh, but I have to uphold, what my father told me about the Song of Fire and Ice," and he went into that whole little speech, and she's like, "Oh, you don't know." And I think that's gonna play effect later because it's a touchdown. We're whooping Pat's butts now. But I think that's gonna play an effect because is she gonna realize, she goes, oh wait, not every Targaryen knows this story.
Well, her father told her that. I'm only sharing it with you. And that's what she needs to realize, that makes Aegon not fit to even rule, because he has no idea, because his mother doesn't know.
Yeah,
because Viserys didn't love Alicent like that. Viserys loved her mother. Yeah. And that's the only person that you can see him actually tell, like they actually had a connection. That's the only person you can see to actually tell what the Song of Fire and Ice. But everyone else, no one. No one else would know.
Yeah, that was. What are you gonna click it?
I was gonna say I was like, Aemon knew as soon as it happened, he started the war. I think Aemon was afraid as soon as it happened. He was like, holy crap. I was just trying to scare them.
That
and
was
now
fear.
I know, not just I started the war, I have to go back and own up to this.
Mm-hmm.
Does he, though? I mean, I guess he has to, right?
He has to. Because, I mean, they know. I mean, if Daemon knew to tell, they know the noble's going to tell them, like, hey, this is what he did. He went off with his dragon, and then we haven't seen the prince since.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to see pieces of the dragon.
A wing, a leg, a cape. Yeah. That, man, so, like, that was the cherry on top of this whole season, was getting that dragon fight. That scene, that cut of the smaller dragon,
how big,
sun, and then it like flashes and it's him. Holy crap, man, that was intense.
I think the most important thing is what James just said. James just said right here. Question: that secret dragon that Daemon went to claim, is it bigger than the one Aemon rode? I believe that is the biggest dragon out there, and Daemon is just holding on to it, and that's how Daemon is going to go kick his butt.
Yeah,
Aemon is going to die because he's going to think he has the biggest, baddest dragon, and now you give it Daemon a big dragon too, and it was such a small scene of him singing to the dragon, and it was amazing to see. It was so dark, yet the light hits, and you see the fire. It looked amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was so
really cool. I don't know if he's going to be bigger, but he is 100% badder. I mean, the teeth, he looked like that crazy guy that is like is ready to get out of the cage or something like that. You know, it's like the teeth, the eye, the face, like the whole.
Or he's just the same size.
Or that. I mean, but even if he's smaller and he's just like a crazy dragon that like is just like super aggressive, super like uncontrollable. But I wonder, because since he lost control, Aemon lost control of the dragon, basically, you know, because then the dragon kind of did whatever the hell it wanted to do.
Because he doesn't follow. He really doesn't.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for him. That's my thing. It's like, it's not his. He stole that dragon, and it belongs to Daemon's daughter.
And I think that's what's going to come out. I think he's going to even say that.
Yeah.
And when he kills him, he's going to be like, now my daughter, Bayla, Lady Bayla, is going to have to get this now.
Throw the keys of the car.
They're like, hey, Bayla, 16 years old. Here you go.
Yeah.
My question is, when he does that, does he die?
Who?
Does Daemon die?
No, there's no way. Daemon, you do not get Matt Smith and like kill him like at all. Like, no.
I think everyone's going to die eventually.
Eventually.
Everyone's going to die. And remember, he's getting older.
Yeah.
In this show, I mean, what is he, 17 years older than, about 16, 17 years older than Rhaenyra. So, if she's 35, he might be 50. True. There's only like 7 years between him and Viserys. Viserys just,
Yeah, I know. Well, after Viserys got all those medical issues going on. But, yeah.
All right, let me kick on some of these. When the Greens killed that baby daddy, I was moving more towards the Blacks. And he says, Blacks got to stick together, Brian. Whatever. Hey, on the House of Nerd show. How's it going, man?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
We just wanted to get through this House of the Dragon finale, which is just amazing. Is there any other scene that you guys saw that was just really blew your mind?
I think the stillbirth and the dragon chase at the end were my main two standouts.
Corlys being found was pretty amazing to me too. Corlys and him walking, even that scene with him walking in was very epic. It wasn't the serious epic, but it was still very epic in scene.
It was good enough.
Yeah, because it did have those very nice kind of nuanced, subtle character moments in addition to the spectacle. And that goes for, not just this episode in particular. I think it especially hit for me because this was the season finale. But there was a really great balance between the scope and spectacle and those more kind of nuanced character moments. That that's where the show really that's what the show really did for me.
Yeah.
As a whole.
What about the scene with Eric? When Eric brought the crown. Wasn't that pretty freaking amazing too? Like,
yeah.
And he renounced and said, "I will follow you to death," and I'm not, he pledged his knighthood to her immediately, and then everyone else was bowing just right there. It was just so and then even when Damon, bent the knee, that was cool. So it was so well done. I feel like this episode was just perfectly written, great, was acted well, and I didn't have to see not one Hightower besides Otto. Woo!
Yeah.
That's everything I need.
Man, yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that because last episode was all Hightowers. This one was all Targaryen.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. One thing I was pretty cool was the table. I didn't know the table like freaking lit up like that.
It was so cool when they send the candles underneath.
I'm like, that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But one thing also with Corlys, when he like pledged his loyalty to the queen, and she's like, cool, yeah, and then he's like, oh, and I control this now because
by the way,
she's like, oh, like you see her face like, wait, what? I didn't know that was in the deal.
You just say not just all the Navy, but everything else. Like,
like we literally control the only port into King's Landing, so we can like literally like blockade. Like it was awesome.
Hey, we enjoy what you do. We definitely need to collab on something.
Yes,
we will make sure we message you after this show because I think this is gonna be a wonderful idea.
Yeah,
actually, like. Shout out to you guys because so they obviously Nerd House do a lot of like comic books and stuff like that. And I saw them do a thumbnail and it had the Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I'm like, what is this? And I looked into it and stuff like that. And I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow to pick it up.
I was showing Brandon, so I went
to pick that up.
I went and got some new comic books. I was doing some research on Fantastic Four and Amazing Spider-Man and all that stuff. And then I went and asked them about the Black Adam stuff. I know this is off topic, but I grabbed a lot of Black Adam because you never had a comic book, but now that the movie's come out, they have his own comic book. And they have a 12-part series and 3 graphic novels. So I think that's going to be pretty cool too. So I'd love to talk to people about that.
But I would love the collab. I've been out of comic books for a while. I'm starting to get back into it. So for sure. Oh, I just took away my
I'm play catch up with a lot of comics.
Episode 10 was a perfect season finale. Does that mean it's better? This is what I really want to ask everybody. Does this mean, especially after our last episode, Tank? Does this mean the House of the Dragon is better than Game of Thrones so far?
No. This was a great episode. Well, real quick, great episode. Not a season finale episode.
Really? I thought this was a great season finale. I loved it.
There's something missing. Oh, nice. I wanted something else. Like it ended great, but I felt like there was this like something missing at the end. Like she turned around, great way to end it, I thought, but it was just like there's still something.
You want another season. That's what you want to see the.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very true. You want another episode, but
that is very true.
No, leaving it right there, I think it's the perfect place to do it.
It is. It's hard to change. It's hard to see anything better than that.
Sorry, guys. I'm just.
Yeah. I'm watching the Bears game. I saw that. Roquan Smith. But I don't know. I still cannot say that the show is better than Game of Thrones. At least
I already like it. I already like this season more than I like season 1 of Game of Thrones. It's hard for me to say all of Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones for like 4 seasons was the best thing on TV.
Yeah.
I have to wait until we get more House of the Dragon before I can even compare it to Game of Thrones. But I kind of prefer not to even compare it to Game of Thrones because it stands on its own.
It's strong enough that it does stand on its own, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, Even though you don't want to compare, I was thinking like probably next week compare.
We're gonna do a compare. We're gonna do a
like
person
character to character,
comparison.
like who would be considered like kind of what and stuff like that. So
before we leave off, because I think we're gonna kind of trail off of this. What did you think about that? The other son, what's his name? The her older son.
I don't even know their names, man. But the oldest son.
I gotta get better with the names of the characters on the show.
Like I know them, man. I'm just I don't know.
It was like Kassarian. I don't freaking know. But the oldest son, I know what you're talking about. When she told him,
where did she tell him to go?
Well, she
what house did he tell him to go?
Winterfell and
Stark, right?
Yeah, Stark, and there was another one. What was the other house? Because he went to 2, and the younger one went to Baratheon, right?
Baratheon, what you thought was closer, and then you didn't have to worry about it as much.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hearing Stark.
But hearing Stark means that you think you're gonna get something in the
yeah, there you go. Winterfell and the Vale, because that she's related somehow to the Vale. So yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And as he said, I can't believe we gotta wait till 2024 the next season.
I can.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it makes sense, but I want it now.
You're pro man. You're like the man. You understand how they make movies and make you wait. I'm like a crazy fan who just wants everything right now. Put in my face, like, give it to me all right now. That's why I like when Netflix drops everything.
Yeah. So I know why. Obviously, because they weren't sure what was going to happen the first season. They need to see how it was. Before another HBO cancellation happens. But I can see going forward that they're like, all right, we're going to shoot season 2, 3, and 4 all together, and then have it kind of come out, because George R. already said it's going to be at least 4 seasons to tell the story.
I thought it was 6.
I read 4.
George R. R. Martin.
I think that's.
There you go. I forgot about that.
Oh man, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna do next week. We're gonna start to get something, a comparison again. Season 1, Game of Thrones. We're going to start comparing characters and who do you love and what side are you on, and who is the mother of everything and what we're looking for. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys get a chance, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. But we're going to have a lot of fun next week. And honestly, guys, I want to hear you guys. I want to hear what you guys thought about this. This was an amazing finale for me. Tank said it was a great episode, but he didn't like it as a finale. What do you think, Brandon?
As a finale, I really liked it. Because like I said, it left me wanting more.
Exactly.
I'm like, what's next?
Exactly. Left me wanting more. And I feel like they introduced, finally we get the Black Queen, and we're about to see some shit go down. And that's why I thought that it's going to be so much better. But I thought it was a perfect episode, season ending episode. But I want to know what you guys think. If you didn't like it, what if you thought that they did too much? They showed too much, gratuity and things that you just don't want to necessarily have to see on television. But let us know. Put comments in. We'll definitely respond and talk about it. And we're going to talk to you guys a little bit later, especially next week when we compare and contrast a few characters. So,
yep, sounds good.
See you guys later. Thank you.
See you then. All right. You want to do the? Also, I was gonna say, I was like, did they just save all the F-bombs for this episode? Because holy shit, man. There were so many F-bombs. Holy crap. Just during the pregnancy or the birth scene was just like.
But you see our sons, they're like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's always kind of funny. All right. You want to do the quick 60-second thing?
Yeah, let's do a quick rating of it.
It needs to be less than 60 seconds. So,
all right, I can set it. I'm gonna set it up, and then we're gonna knock it down. All right, Brandon, you're going first. Tank, then I'll set it up afterwards.
Okay. You don't have to say the now, later, never.
Why not?
We didn't because we got 3 people. Just like give us your rating. That's why I would think. Just
okay. You ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
And welcome back to Spoiler Kings, guys. We just want to give you a quick rating of House of the Dragon. What did you guys think of this first season?
This is very easily, without saying, this is a very much a now.
Yeah,
I think they made all the right moves. They hit all the right notes as far as I'm concerned for this season finale. It did everything it was supposed to do. A lot of standout. It had spectacle, scope, well acted, a lot of great character moments, and it left me wanting more.
Also,
now,
what about the
without
tank?
question.
Yeah, no, this is the whole definitely a now. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, this is definitely exactly what you want. The violence, the gratuitous of everything, and at the end we get dragon versus dragon, which is what everyone always wanted. You know, that's one of the top two: dragons versus zombies and dragons versus dragons, and we got at least one. So, what about you?
If you guys have watched anything I've done about House of the Dragon, you know I love it. So go watch it now. Thank you, guys. 59 seconds. Take that.
Yeah. Right on the dot. Cool. Yeah.
All right. So, ready for this Black Adam?
Ooh, yeah. Let's go right into it.
I am so excited. So, do you want me to keep on going, or do you want to take over?
Go ahead, man. Yeah, keep going.
All right, we're gonna jump right in there, guys. Did anyone see Black Adam?
I definitely did.
Yeah, you mean just like the biggest movie all weekend? Yeah.
Well, you know, I was there on Thursday night, like waiting, sitting there with my popcorn, like I have to see it. My wife is so
Definitely
mad.
there on Thursday.
I don't know what the critics are saying, but we need to have our own rating. We need to talk about this now.
Yeah.
This has to happen right now.
I agree. Right. Well, here, you want to do what we normally do, like our normal likes and dislikes.
Definitely. But first,
when it comes to the rating,
I have a film synopsis I want to read.
Okay.
I want you to. Well, let's go from here. Okay.
All right.
An ancient Kadak, Teth Adam was bestowed the almighty power of the gods. After using these powers for vengeance, he was imprisoned, becoming Black Adam. Nearly 5,000 years has passed, and Black Adam has gone from man to myth to legend. Now free, his unique form of justice, born out of rage, is challenged by modern-day heroes who form the Justice Society: Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone. That's a pretty good synopsis of what's going on. I can't really...
Pretty much says it all, to the point.
Yeah.
But my question to you guys is, what did you guys think of it, and what did you like?
All right. You want to go first, Brandon?
Sure. I thought it was fun enough. You know, it was an entertaining time. I thought that The Rock did a lot, acting-wise. He delivered a lot more than I thought he would as Black Adam, because it did seem like he was playing more of a character rather than just himself this time. So I was really happy in that regard. I liked that, you know, there were elements of the what was it, the Justice Society?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were cool. Easily two of my favorite things about this movie were Aldous Hodge as Hawkman and Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how good of a casting that was until I watched the movie. I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, when I heard he was Dr. Fate, I'm like, awesome.
But Aldous Hodge was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I just saw him. I was like, yeah, he's the Black Batman. All right, I see.
Yep.
Except he has powers.
Yeah.
I think those were my main things about it that I really liked. I had a fun time watching it.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
Same, man. It was super fun. So I dragged my girlfriend to go see it, and she's like, I don't want to see this. It looks stupid. You know? And she walked out of it saying, like, it was fun. It was good, you know, enjoyable. You know, the trailers didn't do the movie justice, which I agree. You know, I think the movie was much better than what the trailers hinted at. Or even if you like the trailers, you're really gonna like the movie.
Yeah.
But man, the action in this one was it was up there with some of the best action, and not even just comic book movie action, just an action movie, you know, just that. So You know, and I gotta give a shout out to I like The Rock. You know, he was himself enough,
He
but
turned
not
himself
really.
down a lot.
He did.
Yeah.
He was
He
very
did.
monotone. He was not, if you smell like it wasn't him.
No,
that wasn't him. Like, he was Dwayne Johnson, and he was a lot more turned down. Like,
he did some Rock stuff in there. There's a part where like he looked at Hawkman like after he did something. He kind of went, and I'm like, oh really? Kind of like,
but that's okay. But if he did the people's eyebrow, that would
no, that would have too much. Yeah. But part
of me was waiting for him to do that. Well, I always end up waiting for him to do that in a movie.
I was waiting for the people's elbow onto the crown or something like that. On Sabak, he's gonna like people elbow or people like the slam.
I thought he was gonna catch him and do the rock bottom.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh my god.
Oh, that was so great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, The Rock was very, very. This is probably one of the better roles he's ever played.
Yeah.
You know, which is funny because like, hey, you're a comic book character. So yeah, this one was definitely Pain and Gain was definitely I think the best he's ever been in a movie ever for me. Where he was the crackhead bodybuilder guy.
I know, I remember it,
which was great. It fit him so well. But this one was definitely like cool. Like he didn't have to be himself, but I did like him a lot. And the same thing with Pierce Brosnan and who's the Hodge. Oh my God, what was his name? Yeah,
Aldous Hodge.
Aldous Hodge. He was great. He was great as them. But yeah,
I love him just already. Like I always loved him. Everything he's done.
Yeah.
Leverage is like one of my favorite shows. So
yeah, great actor. Really good actor.
Yeah. Yeah, he held it up. And then I don't know. What about you, Brian?
First of all, I could name like 15 movies that are better than Pain and Gain. What he's done.
Then The Rock was in?
Yeah. Jumanji was amazing.
No, it wasn't.
Jumanji was great.
Jumanji was so mid.
It was you know what? You too old for that. What's the movie where he was a
Tooth Fairy
football player? I didn't mind the Tooth Fairy first.
The Game Plan?
The Game Plan. That little girl is like the cutest little girl I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I remember I saw a tear in my mouth. I was like,
I liked some of the Disney stuff that he was in. Like I enjoyed Race to Witch Mountain. I thought that was a fun time.
I agree.
It was nothing earth shattering, but I always have fun watching it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like him as a performer. Like he was able to be something different in Pain and Gain that he
wasn't. He was himself. He saw he was Mickey Rourke.
I don't know. I mean, like he was
in the locker room. It was like, I'm gonna be him.
Yeah, I mean, he was crazy, which like, we never see Rock be crazy like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I like him in that movie. Like you're never gonna see The Rock do drugs ever again in a movie. It's never ever going to happen again. He don't need
big of a star. He's too big of a star now. That's not what
he has an image. He has an image.
He's got way too big a fan base, and that image. Maintain that image.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Hey, what is up, Derpy?
What up, Derpy?
Yeah.
What's going on, Derpy?
You're just in time. We just kind of started talking about Black Adam. So, what else you got, Brian?
Well, I mean, as far as this, I loved. I thought Black Adam was good. I thought him himself was good. I thought the story behind it was good. I thought I didn't like the CGI. I didn't. I loved Henry Cavill. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Spoiler.
I'm going to love that. Yeah, I don't care. If you didn't see it, sorry.
Right.
What did you think about Atom Smasher and Cyclone?
Atom Smasher was a very kind of tropey character in the sense that he was the mandatory team buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
I think they didn't have to make him that much of an imbecile.
No, I mean all 10 teen boys are that way, right?
Yeah, but it's like there's one in every movie team. Just if there's a movie team, you have to have an idiot.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if he was, I thought he was just a regular teen boy, and she was a impressive girl who's like so smart and had control of her powers, and he was Henry Winkler's little, grandson or nephew, whatever it was,
Yeah. It was fun to see Henry Winkler as the original protege, or not the protege, the original Adam Smasher. My bad. The new Adam Smasher was the protege. My bad.
Yeah. Adam Smasher was the worst part of the movie.
Really?
Every time he was on screen,
he was,
I was just
not.
like, ugh.
He was not the worst part of the movie.
He was the worst part of the movie.
I thought visually he looked great, just the character himself.
Yeah.
You know,
the coolest thing about Adam Smasher was the Fonz was his uncle. That's the coolest thing about the Adam Smasher. I did not visually he looked cool, but
you need to have that connection with Cyclone and having that. I think that was kind of cool. And the kid from Noah, whatever his name is, looks awesome.
Yeah, he's my second. He's the second most shittiest character in this film. There's
exactly. I was like, you're 100% wrong.
I forgot about him.
Are we there yet? Where we can talk about who the shittiest character is?
Yes, Brandon, you can start. Go ahead.
I think we all agree with this.
Go ahead, Brandon. You can do it.
You can speak for all of us on this one.
So usually I try really, really hard to go easy on kid characters. I try really, really hard to go easy on the characters and the actors who play them. It's just a rule of thumb. But in this case, I really need to make an exception.
Yeah.
This fucking kid.
Oh, hey.
This effing kid was the absolute worst. He was so
freaking annoying. Every single time, did it make sense for him to be skateboarding and no one just trip him? Did anyone care? Why is he hiding? Why would you hide the crown? We already saw where your secret hiding place is. Why would you leave it there? Why are you being so stupid? Everything that you're doing is stupid.
I spent the entire movie from the first frame this kid entered hoping that a building would fall on him.
Adam Smasher would accidentally step on him.
I wanted Adam Smasher to absolutely step on him. I wanted just and whoever hired this kid, whoever hired this kid to act in this movie should be ashamed of themselves. It wasn't even, the fact that the character was annoying was bad enough.
Yeah.
The fact that the kid was just a bad actor made it even worse. He was so.
I don't know if it was just a bad actor, but he was definitely annoying. And I understood they need to have a young boy to kind of get Black Adam to feel a certain way because he reminds him of his son.
Yeah.
But
and you can introduce him to the new world. Like it's always a kid introducing the old man to this like the new world kind of thing.
Exactly. You needed that. Yeah.
But I would say he's a bad actor because there's more than one time did they have to redub his voice.
Yeah, and he's so monotone and flat.
Oh my god! So at the end, right? So like he like races and he's up there and he's talking, but it's like, hey everybody, let's do this in the sky. He needs our help right now. I was like, what the?
People in the background like,
but you can hear it's dubbed. Like it's redubbed.
Yeah, they were really, and plus they were really trying to make that hand gesture a thing. They were really trying to make that Wakanda forever, weren't they?
Right. I'm gonna listen. That belongs to DDP already, so put that to bed. That's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, oh really? Another wrestling?
Well, I thought about The Rock because like this is the dynasty sign or deltas. This is a delta. I was like, so. But
the kid was just so monotone and flat. It just made things. It made an already insufferable character even more insufferable.
Yeah. Are we talking kid was Justin from Power Rangers Turbo level annoying
on steroids?
Well, this was horrible.
It was. There were the constant skateboarding. It was.
What I tell you, Brad? I said I didn't understand why no one had a pocket full of marbles just throwing them. Hit you with marbles.
when he was hiding from the bad guys,
Yeah.
he really like rolls on his 5 feet on his skateboard.
Yeah. I'm like, just stay there, dude. Why can't you just stay where you're at? You know, like obviously they're not smart enough to have somebody jump down the tube that you just went down. So just freaking stay there. But real quick for me also, hey, thank you, set your lineup. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Also for me, it's like towards the end of the movie, I was like, okay, once Black Adam was introduced into the movie, whenever Black Adam, Dr. Fate, or Mr. Hawk or Hawkman weren't on screen, it wasn't worth it. It was like one of those three guys had to be on screen, otherwise that scene sucked. And you can tell majority of that time they were on screen. One of those three.
I didn't hate Cyclone.
I didn't hate her.
I didn't at all. Okay. I thought that introducing her is going to carry on in more of these DC movies, which I want to get to a little later about what does this mean for DC. But I liked the ending of it. I liked the story of Adam. What I didn't like, I gotta say this. The whole thing, what's the devil's name? The guy that he turned into?
Sabak.
I thought that was stupid. I think they ruined the character because there's a cool character that they just kind of threw at the end, and it was just, I don't know. Just seems very stupid, like almost unnecessary.
Yeah.
Or have him be there sooner.
Or let him become him a lot sooner. Get the crown, become him, and let this story go. But by the time it ended, like I was already thinking the movie was over. I was all right, the movie's about to end, and they rolled Black Adam out, and then now they got another 25 minutes with it. Like, why didn't we do this a half an hour ago?
Yeah. It was just too rushed. It just kind of felt like, they shoehorned like a mandatory villain with the mandatory like sky beam. That's becoming so popular in climatic battles now. And the actor who played him didn't really do a whole lot for me. I know
he's a great actor.
He's a fine enough actor. He doesn't really do too much for me in villain roles because he also played Jafar in the Aladdin remake.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I said if one of those three guys weren't on screen, it was just kind of not bad, but just like I don't know how to like kind of boring, but I mean it really wasn't boring, like numb. Like I just felt numb. I'm like, okay, this is just
it's just
something that needs to happen.
The story to the next level. That's all it was. It's taken from point A to point B.
Yeah, I mean you could do it and have it at least be entertaining. I mean, besides one or two certain spots after Black Adam was introduced, it was kind of
but be right here. Hold on, yeah. Well, as a DC fan, my friend Brian, best I could say with the situation of the villain is Warner Brothers logic filmmaking, because it didn't need it. Everything was so good. Black Adam was both the hero and the villain, and they could have needed him, and he could have came out in a different way. But it just was so stupid.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, he goes same shoehorn crap in Batman vs Superman and Green Lantern. Yeah. Exactly. They don't know how to flesh out a villain. Instead, they just like cram it in right there. Like, see, we were getting there all by the end. I was like, but it didn't. But I would give Sabak look awesome.
He looked fine.
He looked awesome.
No, there were a lot. There's some problems with him, but it seemed like they fixed it when Dr. Fate was on screen with him. When he and Dr. Fate were all together, it looked great. When he was by himself, it kind of looked weird. Like it didn't fit the screen. Like you could see there was some CG problem.
But I'm not too much of a CG stickler as some other people. I'm like, I get it.
Oh no, I hate a Skinny Rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That looked weird.
Ted Adams was stupid. It looked terrible, and I thought that they could have done a better job with that.
Yeah. One last real big thing that really upset me was they didn't, like, and you even said it, Brian, which I don't agree with, is they made him a bad guy and a good guy. They never made him a bad guy in this film.
Yeah.
What did he do that was so bad? He
Yeah,
killed
they
the
killed
bad guys?
in the past. In the past, and he didn't care about. He didn't do what his son was supposed to do. They told him to do, and he just was a vengeance guy.
So he's killing the bad guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Like you killed all the
But that's
the
not what
bad
heroes
Egypt
do. That was the
Nazis?
whole
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
I thought the greatest line in the entire movie was about what was the name? Adriana. Adriana says she was like, "We've been in this war city for 17 years or 27 years, and this is my first time seeing you. So why is he the villain and you the hero?" I thought that was
that was interesting.
The idea was great, and that was cool. And another cool line was when Amanda Waller said, "Hey, you escaped out of our prison. Well, it doesn't really matter if your prison is there or here. You ain't getting out. You're stuck there." Yeah. And he says, Superman totally murdered Zod.
Yeah. Which Henry Cavill came out and said he didn't like that.
Yeah.
So, he hated that. He wants Superman to be, the Boy Scout as he should be.
Did you?
But this is the thing too. Yeah. I wish they would have made Black Adam more bad. And they might. It seems like they might get into it, but yeah. What were you gonna say, Brent?
They friendlied him up too much for me.
He said that earlier. He said, they friendlied him up a lot.
Yeah. I knew they weren't gonna use the new backstory of him like killing his his nephew. Like as they're saying Shazam together, he like breaks his neck and steals the power for himself. I'm like, the Rock is not gonna do that.
No.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that the idea that his son gave it to him to save his life. I did like that. But I think now that you talk about it, you're right. He's not really that black. Besides, he keeps on killing people.
Yeah. Also, when is that a thing? You can pass the power of Shazam to somebody else? Like that's a game changer.
No, but then and Shazam, like they could have stole the power of Shazam. Remember, like he could have gave it away. Remember, you need to tell them so you could say the name so I could take the power. That was the whole point of Shazam. The bad guy was like to give us the power.
Yeah,
so you can't.
I don't remember. I gotta watch it.
You
could. Yeah, you're probably right.
When Billy was that was the whole point with Billy. It was like, you say the name right now, we're going to take the power. That's what the 7 deadly sins we're going to do. Yeah. So I think that's right.
Okay. So
here's the one thing I hated the most. I got to say it. So he was around 5,000 years ago in some weird place that, in the middle of the world, whatever. And his first words are perfect English. What the fuck? Like he could like learned it eventually, but no, his first words are like English. When English wasn't even around then, 5,000 years ago, there was no English to learn.
Because originally he was speaking in his native language when he was first unearthed. He said a couple things, but
he talked to the people and he's speaking English. He didn't have to learn it. Nothing happened after that story. It was just like, hey, what's up?
I just because at the end, when he depowered, then he started talking in his language again. So that's why, that's why I'm like, oh, was it the power of Shazam? He was able to talk. However, he hears the language. He's like, oh, I know what language you're talking.
But wasn't his son when he had the power was speaking in the other language?
That
when
definitely...
his son had the power when he was the hero. He was speaking in their language still too. He wasn't speaking in English. It was Shazam. There was no English to even have.
But no one was. Yeah, that's why no one was speaking. And so, once he is in this world and he hears people speaking English, and he's like, "Got it," that's all he needed was a few people to say a few words, and he's like, "Cool, my God powers allows me to translate and understand everything you're saying." Because
he speaks perfect English, perfect.
Because when he depowered and said Shazam and became Small Rock again. When he was talking to Hawkman, it was in the old language again. Like he lost the ability to speak English. Okay. So that's what I took it as. I mean,
I'll say okay.
Yeah. But they never say it or whatever like that. Like I wish they would have just thrown a line in there. Hey, you understand me? Yeah.
Oh, wait. Andy. Wisdom of Solomon.
Oh, great point.
That's a very good point. But
Yeah.
Solomon also didn't speak English, so it's just no. But you're 100% right.
But also the
wisdom of
gods are
Solomon,
different.
Solomon temple, and all that. Yeah.
Gods are different for Shazam. It's the stamina of Shu, Shu, the swiftness of Hera or Huru, the strength of Ammon, the wisdom of Zatuda, the power of Adon.
I guess it
and the
couldn't be
courage of
Solomon because Solomon would have been
Greek.
before.
Will be Greek god.
No, well, Solomon's not Greek god. Solomon is basically Jewish, not or Hebrew.
Hebrew,
but and the fact that that's so many years before, like Solomon's like just a couple of years before Christ, so that might have been 1000 BC.
Yeah, and this was like the first civilization ever, kind of.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
yeah,
Solomon wouldn't existed yet.
Yeah,
but neither
would
would English.
In the movie too. Yeah, but there still was somebody the wisdom of blah blah blah. You know, they've changed the gods in Shazam, but it was pretty nice that they still were able to spell Shazam. I don't know if that's how that is in the comic right now.
It is.
But is it? Mm-hmm. You know, where they had changed it, but I don't know. That's what I took it as. You know, like instant translation. You know, because he was a god basically.
I don't know. I mean, I just think about like Fifth Element. She was the supreme being. Still had to learn English. Just saying.
Yeah. They should have thrown a line in there, but that's what I was like. He was going to turn around, and it's like when they're in the room. That's what I thought was going to happen. He's going to turn around and like give him that head nod, like, and try to figure out like what are you saying? You know,
I thought so too. I was curious to see how they'd approach that, but yeah, they just jumped right into it.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be like more like he's trying to reading his things, and he's trying to understand, and then he's surprised that when he opens up his mouth, he's speaking English. Yeah. That the power automatically does it, but he didn't even look surprised, like he knew. Yeah. All right, I already know English. Yeah. I'll figure that out when I'll sleep.
Here you go. So this is on Collider.com. It says how Black Adam learned English so fast, explained by the producers. And he said the Zehuti, that person, wisdom allows Black Adam to learn English so quickly. That's the reason why.
But he didn't learn it. He just spoke it.
That's the Egyptian god of magic, known knowledge and art. So by channeling the powers of that god, 10th Adam actually learned any language he wants. That's why 10th Adam unlearns English when he decides to speak his magic word and lock away his powers. Yeah, see, exactly. Because I was like, why didn't he talk to Hawkman in English? You know, when he lost his powers or when he depowered. So, and that's from the producers. So,
I think they figured that out afterwards. But okay.
Yeah, I said, but the reason why he's able to instantly learn languages is he's got the wisdom of a god. So he's able to speak multiple languages, so forth. That's what the producers are saying.
Fine, I guess. Here's my number one question is, who's your favorite character?
In the movie as a whole?
Yeah.
Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate was probably my favorite.
I agree. He was, what's his name? Pierce Brosnan? Not Pierce Brosnan. Yeah. Playing him was spot on. It was perfect. Like the perfect casting as you can get. DC does a great job at casting some of these people, and he was perfect. I hope they don't get rid of him. I hope they find a way to bring him in to other movies or something like that. But he was cool. He was the glue kind of.
He's dead, so I don't know. They said he's going to be in other movies. How?
Magic. The same way Star Wars explains everything.
No
you know, it was the Force.
Figure out something.
Yeah. So
they said very missed opportunity on The Rock killing people with the lightning.
What do you mean?
That's so using the lightning to kill
smell
someone.
what the Rock is cooking. That would have been pretty good. He would because there's the one scene where he like grabs him by the neck and like melts him. Basically, if he would have just went like the like just that would have been funny.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. Let's see what.
Yeah, I want to see this. You should play Kevin Hart, Al Pratt, original Adam, no powers. She's a 5'1" physicist. Penguin, 5'2". Bane's henchman, 5'3". Yeah. That's a good question. You can play one of the kids.
That would have been funny. Here, so you want to get in? Well, here I saved some from Andy from earlier on.
Yeah, I want to see some of this stuff.
Yeah. So he said, I think a cold open in modern Kondak would have been so much better. I hated the was the exposition dump at the beginning. Of course, they followed up with the dumbest excuse for not shooting someone. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. You'll hit the crown. I didn't realize magic metal space. Yeah. Also, the rock of eternity, the Ethereum. Yeah, so brittle. Yeah. The crown was far less fragile by the time they got. Yeah. Sorry for your excuse for reason for having a lame intro. Exactly, man. Exactly. Anytime those three characters were not on screen, it was kind of black.
I think and the other thing that kind of. None of the like the three human characters, the woman, whatever she was, archaeologist, her brother, and her son, they were the other kind of weak points of the movie for me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you knew what they're necessary. They're necessary to humanize Black Adam and to make him to feel something for them. You knew you understood that.
Mm-hmm. So
that's another reason I think I didn't really like how they softened or friendlied up the character with Vietnamese 3.
So towards the end of the movie, they Sabak raises the army of the dead or whatever. So it brings up like zombies.
So when you said zombies walking around,
yeah. So there's like these zombie skeleton kind of things. That the CGI wasn't that great there. That was kind of bad CGI. And I remember walking out of the theater and telling my girlfriend, I was like, so all these people were like, cool, we'll fight these undead zombies that brought from magic that we're not scared of, but we won't fight like the men with guns who we know that we can outnumber. And my girlfriend's like, well, the zombies did die a lot easier. You just hit them really quick with a tire iron and they just explode. I'm like, that's true. Because they were just out there like, and it was like, you have an army of undead that literally you can like just fart on and they die. So it's like,
but wasn't it just weird? Why are they having zombies? Like, I was like, all right, really? No one's afraid of these zombies. These are the worst zombies. They're not. They're barely moving.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
If the annoying kid can beat you, then come on, guys. This is unnecessary.
I mean, people literally had tire irons and baseball
I was waiting
bats.
for an old lady with a broom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting like somebody to hit them and like an arm would go flying off, but they just keep going, or a head would come off and they kept going. No, they just like vanquished. And I was like, really? That's the power of Sabak? Like, it's like I'm gonna bring really fragile skeletons
from my dimension.
Yeah, that was a part that kind of like I'm like, okay, I guess you gotta have the humans fight somebody too, right? But
I have to love Dr. Fate's power.
The walking terrible CGI did. Yeah.
The way they explained Dr. Fate's power, and that he gets to see the future, but his powers from a different dimension. All that was really cool.
Different world, didn't they say?
There was a different world, different dimension. Whatever it was just so awesome how they explained it, and that the helmet chooses who it'll show. So that's why I thought when Aldous Hodge grabbed the helmet and he was able to do those things, that was very cool because the helmet chose Hawkman.
Like I'm gonna help you.
Dr. Fate was just so cool. I'd watch a solo Dr. Fate movie. I really would.
Definitely.
If they made a solo film about him.
Yeah.
What did you think about Sabak being ripped in half?
Who being ripped in half?
At the end, when Rock literally just grabs him by the horns and
just rips him in half like a piece of paper.
It was cool. I didn't hate it. I know, like me and my girlfriend were like, "Ooh," like I didn't expect it, and that's one thing. I'll give it that. I did not expect that to happen. I thought he was gonna rip off the horns.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought the horns would come off and it would be a problem, but he was just like, "No, I'm gonna rip his body in half."
Yeah.
That was one of the more kind of Black Adam moments for me, to be honest. Just the brutality of the character that we've seen in the context of the comics. That was one of the parts where I didn't feel like they had friendlied him up that much.
Yeah.
So I was good with that.
I think it's good. So overall, how do you guys rate this movie?
You want to get into the ratings?
Yeah, I think we
can. Yeah, we go into the ratings.
Yeah. Well, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go for it.
I'm kind of torn on the rating this time, but I'm going to have to lean a little more in the direction of later. It's a very fun movie, and it kept me entertained. But I don't think it's anything you necessarily need to rush out to see. If you do decide to see it, I feel like it'll keep you entertained in terms of the action. The performance of Dwayne Johnson was fun. It's a very enough movie. But I kind of have a hard time saying you need to rush out to see it now.
Okay. For me, like all the the BS I was talking about it like right now, I'm gonna give it a now. I thought it was super fun. It was very enjoyable. The bad parts, granted we talked about the bad parts and this and that. They didn't
ruin the movie.
They didn't ruin the movie. They were silly and they were more like bad parts where I just kind of like rolled my eyes. I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't like it didn't take me out of the movie that much. But if anything did pull me away, as soon as Hawkman, as soon as Dr. Fate or Black Adam were on screen, I was put right back into it. I was like, cool, let's see some badass fighting and stuff like that. So, but for me, I'm gonna give it a now. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah. What about you, Brian?
I'm going to give it a now because honestly, I think it's one of the best origin stories, like first stories of a movie that I've seen in a long time. I mean, when you compare it to like Captain America, we compare it to Thor, we compare to we always compare it to Marvel movies. This was so much better than all those. The only one I could say was better was Iron Man. But as far as an origin story, like the first story we were getting out of a character, they did a good ass job. And it kept me entertained, and I didn't hate any part of it. I mean, but I went in with a negative mindset. I was like, man, everyone's telling me it's terrible. I think this is going to be terrible. And I watched it. I was like, I walked out of the movie theater. I didn't say, well, that was great. I said, that wasn't terrible at all. Yeah. I enjoyed myself. And that tells me that, I'm saying go see it now. This is going to wet your whistle for Wakanda Forever and then for Avatar and all these blockbuster movies that we're going to get back to back to back to back. Quantumania, this is really it's the beginning of all these blockbuster movies. And I think this is something you're going to enjoy watching, and the action keeps you interested. Yeah.
I'll say it's probably the second best comic book movie this year. So far. Because we still got Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You got to figure there was Spider-Man doesn't count because that
because it was
released in
2021
or 20.
Yeah, that was the very end of last year.
But like the Batman was definitely the best one, so far. It was better than Thor: Love and Thunder. I thought it was better than Doctor Strange.
Multiverse of Madness,
so it was it was fun. It was fun, like you said, Brian. It was fun. It's not gonna like blow your mind, like oh my god, but it was
good. And DC does a terrible job, and they did not do a terrible job. So hey, sometimes when the kid, the dunce in the classroom is the one like doing a good job, he got a B. You got to like stop, give him a standing ovation. You did it. Yeah, give him a standing ovation, guys. That's why I say.
And a new character, Batman we've seen done a bazillion times, so they know what works and what doesn't work and stuff like that. Black Adam, I think you're still trying to figure that out. You're like, oh hey, it's an evil Batman and Shazam, and I think they did well enough.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think he's going to be better going forward when he starts seeing these other characters.
Yep.
That's when it's going to be really interesting.
I agree. That sounds good, and that's like the perfect segue.
Wait, hold on. I want to get some because some of the comments got.
Andy
got
has
things.
So
Andy said, "I didn't expect that would be a twist after already seeing it in the trailer. Really subverted my expectations with that one. DC, you've done it right again." So yeah. Then he also said, "I'll probably watch it again," which you know what. He goes, it was fine. DC Rebirth, kind of, DC Comics, blah blah blah. You know, hashtag Jabroni, which is funny. And then we also got Derpy in here. Where's Derpy? So Derpy said it's gonna be a later for me. For me as a DC fan, I've seen enough of DC films to know what they're trying at. What they are trying. Yeah, but it was good. It was good.
That's okay though. You know.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm telling you, origin stories are really hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, origin stories are just really hard to do, and the fact that they did it and had enough action in it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So that's what we got for a few of the comments with their ratings. All right. So what were you gonna bring up?
I was gonna say that now we talked about that. Can we talk about this mid credit scene?
Yeah. Yeah. Derpy's got a good one with that. He goes, can I describe the? He goes. Somehow Palpatine returned, and then he goes, somehow Superman returned. It wasn't that bad. It was. Yeah.
But what you guys think about that?
I kill people.
Curly Q they had on the Superman. They had little.
They gave him the girl.
Yeah.
Gave him the little curl, the little right here.
That's iconic.
It is.
It's iconic. He needs it. Yeah.
But they haven't had it since. And I thought that was kind of cool. And I think that they put it in there. Maybe they're going to do something right with Superman. So I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. You know, make him a big blue Boy Scout, you know?
That's what he is. That's what he needs to be again.
He's supposed to be.
Yeah. And hopefully, Henry Cavill is like, hey, I'm a comic book nerd. Maybe listen to me a little bit.
Because I know what I'm talking about, and this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what it is. So, mid credit scene. Anyone want us to explain what happened? Let's go.
Yeah, I'll go for it. So at the end, he's really not sitting on the throne, but he's in his, just kind of hanging out, chilling there. And this drone comes in. Amanda Waller pops up and tells him like, "Oh, you broke out of our prison, but we're just gonna make sure that."
Guys that can stand or whatever.
That's going to be your prison, so do whatever you want there, but you're staying there and don't try getting out. And he's like, "Oh, you don't tell me what to do. I go wherever I want. I'm the Rock. I'm Black Adam." And she goes, "Oh, we have people, oh, that's what he said." He goes, "There's no one on this world that can stop me." And she's like, "Oh, we got people from other worlds that can." And he's like, I guess that's the Rock part. He goes, "Oh, just bring it." He basically said that. He's like, "Bring them all." I think he said, "Send them all," or something like that. And she goes, "As you wish." And then he blows up the machine, big smoke, and then Henry Cavill in his bright blue, red, curly hair comes out, and he's like, "Oh, no one's made the world this nervous." He goes, "We need to talk," or something along those lines.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, Black Adam, we need to talk.
Yeah. So, one of the better post-credit scenes in a movie in a while.
It was cool. And people are hating on it, but I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
It sucks that it got spoiled by The Rock of all people. I was like, come on, man. But I get why he did it. Because he had to do it to get people to come see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I had just kind of heard like a little word of mouth here and there. I had tried my best to avoid the spoilers, but it's kind of hard to avoid things on the internet. Mm-hmm. But I'm just happy to see Henry Cavill back to get a second shot. There's no excuse for Warner Brothers not to have made a handful of Superman sequels at this point in time.
Go down with the ship. They need to treat Superman like Iron Man. Iron Man 2 was terrible. Iron Man 3 was worse. And you know what they did? Nothing. They kept on pulling them out, and they made the Avenger movies, and they just did it, and they just kept on double down again. It's Superman. You're going to win eventually. Stop just being stupid. I don't understand why DC is being so stupid.
Yeah, and people who say that Superman's too OP and doesn't have enough, he doesn't have enough villains, and pick up a comic book.
Yeah,
he has plenty.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's other villains beyond just Lex Luthor.
Is there?
Yeah,
is there really?
There's a TikTok that somebody had sent me talking about Superman and how in the Snyder cut of Justice League, once he's there, and how OP and badass he was with Steppenwolf. Like he just throws that axe down and it just hits his shoulder, and he just like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. He just destroys him. And in the guy on TikTok was like, he goes, everyone complains about how OP he is, and you need to like humanize him more to make him relatable. He goes, but sometimes Superman's gotta be Superman and just like be a god. And that was the perfect scene. I was like, there's times where you need him to be a badass, and somebody like him fighting Black Adam would be the perfect time. Yeah, let him be OP. This is the time to let him be a badass OP.
Honestly, the thing I hate most, I tell you, I hate is Batman vs Superman so much because it doesn't make sense, because Superman's a god and Batman's a dude. I always say that he's a dude. It doesn't make any sense. I think the best part, the thing I even liked about the whole Snyderverse was that Superman, as soon as he was there, nothing mattered. Everything is okay because Superman is there, and that's who he should be all the time. When Superman comes into the situation changes. There is no more problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be amazing to see him against Black Adam.
Yeah.
What I do hope that they what I do hope that they do with the character of Superman, and really for that matter the character of Clark Kent, because I can confidently say that Zack Snyder's not going to have anything to do with this moving forward.
No.
Stop making Superman Jesus. Stop making it an allegory.
Yeah.
Superman, Clark Kent should really be like a regular humbled guy who you see at a barbecue and talk stuff like
guy has godlike powers. Have you ever met a great football player? A great football player is not a humble dude. That's just not what he is.
But Clark Kent is. He just happens to be superpowered, who was raised the right way by a couple of humble farmers.
Yeah.
So run with that. Make him a regular dude next door who just happens to be superpowered. Stop with the Jesus allegories.
I don't know.
Ryan
They do.
Zack Snyder did it pretty much.
Do they make him Superman? I mean, make him Jesus, or is it the fact that everyone else looks at him that way?
There were so many.
And Andy,
they literally did like the crucifixion kind of like
in
the sky.
Here's
a few times. So
guys, wasn't Jesus humble?
I mean,
just saying. Wasn't he raised right?
I mean,
I'm
yes.
Stuck out of this conversation.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know where you're getting at. I'm afraid to answer.
Andy came with a great. I just thought I saw it because I was looking at the studio. I saw it coming. I was like, wow, that was a great. It slowly goes away.
Yeah, but also like Superman's not dying for your sins, like he's dying to protect you. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
oh man, that's fun.
No, they really need to, because what really disappointed me about Man of Steel is they didn't really go into the characters, and they didn't really give too much screen time to the characters of Jonathan and Martha Kent, and how he was traditionally raised in the comics, and even the Christopher Reeve movie, the first. So
careful.
What?
You don't say anything about Christopher Reeve.
What? I was complimenting it.
Here's my.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, you said Martha. Why did you say that name?
That would have been.
I don't know. My problem, I always thought Superman reminds me more like of Thor. Like literally, you're a god. Literally, you're invincible, and because of that, it's hard to make your character anyone care about your character. And that's why you need to do something else to it, to the character. You have to have some other problems, you know, something like people are dying around you, or something that makes you more interesting, because really you're invincible. You're unbeatable. When you turn on, you can't be stopped. And I think that's what the problem with Thor 1 and 2 movie was. And that's why Thor 3 was good, Ragnarok was good, because it changed it a little bit and made it interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone would ever go for Superman being interesting. And maybe he doesn't need to be interesting.
He could be. I mean, but that's why he was always around Lois Lane. It was like that was his crux. It was like, oh,
they just need to do right by the character.
Yeah. So I think so. And putting him against other people like Black Adam is the way to go. I think he has to be against like big kind of baddies. Like here, like Derby was saying, like do the first like 10-20 minutes needs to be like a cartoon Superman from the 50s, which that'd be kind of funny. I could see that, kind of interesting, like him flying up the side of a building for some reason instead of around it. Superman saying saving the day from the villain, but being Brainiac or Bizarro, somebody like Superman needs to have villains at his level. Brainiac is one. Bizarro is obviously one. Bizarro's kind of silly, but also
I'd love to see Brainiac.
Brainiac would be super cool. I think
what DC really needs to do is take all their villains and then make them into better characters. They should do a Dark Side movie. They should do. They said Brainiac. They should do a movie that focuses on all their villains and make them even badder. So now you can really like explain why we need Superman. So at least we have something that they could fight against. Like someone, it makes sense for Superman. My whole thing with the whole Batman versus Superman is that it doesn't make sense. You need to build these guys up to make you understand how bad these guys really are. Mm-hmm. And that Superman is actually needed.
And really, if it were up to me, I wouldn't have done a Batman versus Superman movie. I would have done, after doing like at least 2 Superman movies and maybe like 1 Batman movie, maybe 2, it should have been World's Finest.
Yeah,
I agree. Not Batman versus Superman. They should have done World's Finest, because that would have made a little more sense as a prelude to the buildup of the Justice League, to the formation of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And the death of Superman should not have been done until much, much later.
Yeah. Yeah. Batman vs. Superman should have been done later.
Yeah.
Like way later.
They know each other, which makes more sense about why Superman doesn't just kill Batman immediately.
Yeah.
Or why Batman knows all these things
about Superman.
So like
especially if they wanted to do a Superman, or not a Superman, but especially if they wanted to do a Batman who's been around the block at this point and has been doing this for 20 years, I really didn't like how, he had been doing this for 20 years and Lex Luthor was able to play him like a fiddle.
Yeah.
It just, they didn't think it through.
Yeah. Well, that
should have had
Luthor. What Andy's saying is Superman's weakness is terrible writing, which is true. They give him super ventriloquism. Oh my god. Powers in the comics. I'm like and like 40 types of supervision. That's funny. He does. But yeah. So are you happy or disappointed or worried about Superman coming back into this whole mix of everything?
I'd like to maintain a sense of optimism, and I'm just really crossing my fingers that they have better writers and a better director on their side that just grasps the character on at least a fundamental level. Because to me, and I know I'm probably spouting blasphemy, Zack Snyder didn't.
I mean, I agree. So, I mean, we might get
I'm not with them guys. I'm not with them. Yeah. Keep me out of it.
Yeah, but I agree. I mean, Zack Snyder, for what it was worth, was a okay. I don't know how to set up.
He's great with visuals.
Yes.
You know, he just, you know.
But I mean, for me, I'm still curious. I want to see the actual Snyder cut because what we got wasn't a Snyder cut. It was Snyder hindsight, you know. So, but that's something we'll never get. We'll never get because it's just that's not how the world works. So
yeah.
But
you know, I'll give Snyder credit where it's due. He's great visually, and the Snyder cut of Justice League was so ambitious and just leaps and bounds over the theatrical version we did get.
That's to say it was better than we got.
100%, without a doubt. You know, I mean,
every time you talk about this Zack Snyder, you gotta admit that it's so much better than it was.
It's a huge improvement, and they really should have led with that. You know, the fact that Warner Brothers got cold feet and they brought in Joss Whedon to doctor the movie. It was a Frankenstein's monster of a movie. It just felt uneven. You could tell the parts that Snyder had something to do with, and you could tell the parts that Whedon had something to do with.
They had a story going this way, and then they went over here. Like, what you doing, guys?
And you know, even if I wasn't like a huge fan of what Snyder did with Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, at the very least, you know, there was a lot of tonal consistency, and they should have kept that up with his version of Justice League, just for consistency and tonal reasons, rather than getting cold feet and bringing in Whedon just because all the Avengers movies were awesome. You know, let's have him do it. You know, they ended up shooting themselves in the foot with that. And
yeah, they were in a rush to release it, and they should have waited. You know, But like I said, like the Snyder cut, how is it a cut when you're adding new scenes? You know, when the fans are literally telling you like, "Hey, I want more Cyborg." Okay, cool. I'm gonna start doing that.
But they never finished doing the scenes that he did. Like they didn't finish some of the stuff, so it's not like he just wrote. Some of that stuff could have been in the Snyder cut because
it was finished. You know, I mean, reshoots happen. I get why reshoots happened. It was the movie. It was in editing, and then he dropped out right at the end when it was starting to edit.
I thought he dropped out with the last 2 weeks of filming, so they didn't film some of his stuff.
Yeah, you know, it was. I mean, you know, it was kind of impressive that his fan base like basically nagged their way into letting him get a do-over. But
yeah, I mean that's what it is, a do-over.
So yeah, honestly, this is what I would do with Warner Brothers, and it starts with the Flash movie, regardless of whose situation. Write the Flash movie to while the current timeline's soft reboot could. But the problem is you got to reboot Flash, which they've been talking about now. They're going to reboot that. So
yeah,
I think that would be the only way.
Yeah,
you know, just do like a Flashpoint movie to essentially reset the timeline.
Yeah, you know, and you can even say the Black Adam movie is in this new timeline. You know, Superman's back. He's got the curl. You know, maybe this is the version of Superman that didn't kill Zod. You know what I mean? I mean, you can easily go down something along that route. You know, the same thing with Shazam. You know, Shazam wasn't really put in the Snyderverse really, so you can easily just like, all right, this is a new timeline, new universe, new heroes.
Yeah, because it could lend itself to the greater DC universe, but at the same time, it was kind of in its own corner, in its own universe. Yeah.
It's just canonize Back to the Future. You say, understand, this is what we did. We got this new timeline here, and this is where we are.
We're in the Black Adam timeline. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you could do it that way.
Yeah. He did all the filming, but usually the reshoots, I get reshoots. It happens. You know, like Wakanda Forever, there's reshoots like a month ago. So you know, and the movie comes out in a few weeks. So yeah, you know, I get reshoots happen. You know, the same. You know why. You know, Whedon had the stupid, you know, mustache issue. You know, that was a reshoot. You know, so I get there are reshoots, but also it's different when you do reshoots after you know what people like and don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That changes so much. You know, that changes so much. So that's my own thing. Although, like I said,
It still
the
was
Snyder
better.
cut was 100 times better. 100 times better.
Oh, easily,
without a doubt.
easily.
Without a doubt.
It was light years ahead of the theatrical cut. Even though I
It's because WB is stupid.
Yeah,
DC people that run DC have been stupid, and you know this whole talk of Universal buying it out. I don't even care. You know what? Honestly, because if they do, maybe they can find someone who could lead it the right way. Because DC still has better characters, and they do good with casting. And if someone can lead it the right way, this thing could be amazing.
Yeah. You know, even though admittedly I don't have the venomous hatred that a lot of people have for the theatrical cut of Justice League. I think it's just okay. But that Snyder cut is just, it surpasses it in every sense of the word. It really does.
Yeah.
You know, it was just it was just an improvement in
Can
every
you
way.
say that to almost any movie? If somebody decides to go back and redo Iron Man 2 with the blah blah blah, you know, cut of Iron Man 2, that's going to be better than what we got in theaters. You know, same thing with like Iron Man 3. You know, somebody comes and cuts redoes Iron Man 3 after knowing what works and doesn't work. It's going to be better. There's no way it's going to be better. It's like going back in time and changing.
You can't save that.
Get rid of the Christmas shit. You know, put the actual this. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do in like.
I knew the Christmas stuff was going to come just because Shane Black wrote and directed it. You know,
that's right.
all of his stuff. You know, that's it. That's his. You know, that's his filmmaker trademark, which, you know, I'm fine with. It's his thing. You know, I didn't mind the Christmas setting. I think Iron Man 3 just tried to do a little too much, and then the twist with the Mandarin, which admittedly I did laugh at in the theater because I found it that absurd.
Yeah, it was stupid. So you can't save that.
Yeah.
You can't outrank stupidity.
It was hilarious.
Make him the actual Mandarin. Make, you know, what's his name, the actual Mandarin.
Yeah, thankfully they course corrected down the line.
Because you don't want him as the actual Mandarin later in
no.
days.
The guy, the actor, you know, the fake actor Trevor, whatever. Like, don't make him a fake actor. Make him the actual Mandarin. That, you know, like, and now you're like, oh, you know, he's letting this guy. I don't know, there's ways you can make it better. There's people that
you can't make Batman versus Superman better by making it longer. You just can't.
It's not
going. It's just stupid.
There's gonna be a whole hour of them figuring out who Martha is. All right.
Martha! You know, why'd you say that name? No.
You know, so that's gonna be a whole hour in that cut, in that Snyder cut of Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus Superman was doomed to fail from the beginning. It was just a bad, poorly thought out idea. Warner Brothers wasn't fixated on anything other than catching up to Marvel to get their Justice League movie cranked out even faster. That's all that was.
All right, let's see. Honestly, Warner Brothers, you listen here. You need your film's tone to feel like the Super Friends, but have stories like the animated series of the 90s and 2000s. Right there, you can take those storylines.
Thank you, Derby. Thank you, Derby.
That's probably the best advice.
Hold on.
Thank you, Derby.
Best advice. Yeah.
You know.
I'm not going
to. Yeah, that's like you have Justice League Unlimited, one of the best cartoons ever. You have, you know, Batman animated series,
all the Batman
animated series.
It's been great.
Yeah,
just copy and paste in live action.
That's all they needed to do. You know, the template was right there.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
I agree.
Okay, let's wrap this all up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we went way off of the.
That's a definite tangent that we're going to go on.
We sure did.
It started off with Superman showing back up, and then we always comes back DC. But that's part of the whole thing was Superman, Henry Cavill Superman coming back is, you know, got all the Snyder fans all worked up, so they kind of.
Yeah, I
back together. So
restore the Snyderverse hashtags there are out there, but I'm sure there's more than enough.
Yeah, I hate that they compare like the restore the Snyderverse to recast T'Challa. Like, they're very different.
Don't go in there. Let's just no. Just not.
Yeah, but
here's the last thing. Dark Knight Returns is one of the best comics of all time. Batman versus Superman borrowed like 4 panels.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Zack Snyder does. You know, he did that with 300. He goes, I'm going to steal this panel, copy paste. I'm going to steal this panel, copy paste, and then do his own thing.
Yeah, we'll figure out a story after that.
Yeah. That's what his thing is. He's like, here's 4 panels. All right, we need to put the story in between these 4 panels.
How do we get there? I got an idea. Martha.
I bet you he thought he was like the smartest man in the room too. He's like, no one's ever put it together.
As soon as Tank heard that, he was like,
holy shit, that is crazy good.
That was gonna be
bonkers. Yeah. No. Can I be angry in that one though? Because there I'm happy.
Okay, but we've gone on a little tangent. What did you guys think of the movie? What did you guys think of Black Adam? What do you think about the mid-credit scene with Henry Cavill? Do you think that's going to work? Did this movie save the DCEU, or did it just kind of put a pretty bow on crap? I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Please comment on the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking about it, and we'll look at it and we'll talk about and discuss it another time, because I'm sure DC still has to release the Flash. I don't know what the hell we're going to do.
Yeah.
But we'll see, and tell me what you guys think, and we'll see you guys a little later.
Cool. Later.
All right, that's all I had.
All right. Well, real quick, 2 things. I want to do another 60-second review, just so I do that. But I wanted to talk about the Rotten Tomatoes, and I can, if we talk about the Rotten Tomatoes, I can
have
back
to do
in.
that.
Yeah,
we have.
So we can do the minute one first, and then I just want to do, like, real quick. We don't need to spend that much time on the Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Yeah.
Let me go. You want to go right at 54? Do the 1 minute thing?
Yep.
All right.
You do it.
You want me to? Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Oh shit! Put that there. All right. All right. So we are going to rate Black Adam. Just came out. Starting The Rock. I'll let Brian go first. What are you rating it as?
This is a definite now for me. I enjoy The Rock. I enjoy the action scenes. They have other characters that really work for me. Good job, DC. You didn't F it up.
What you got, Brandon?
I'm very middle of the road on it. Like, I'm torn between now and later on it. I had a great time with it. You don't necessarily have to rush out to see it. I gotta go for later with this one.
Okay. And I'm gonna give it a now. It was high action, super high action. So if that's what you like, it's gonna be super cool. Great side cast, loved, Dr. Fate and Hawkman. So for me, I'm giving it a now. But leave a comment, let us know what you rate Black Adam. Cool. I don't know how to end it, so I was like, just end it. It's a short anyway.
All right, so let's do one more and let's talk about the Rotten Tomatoes of it.
Yeah. Did you guys do any? So I'm just gonna go watch Batman, Superman, Justice League, and Unlimited, and be happy because Warner Brothers will never learn. No, yeah, dude. I have the entire Batman animated series on digital. I have the entire Justice League and Justice League Unlimited on my Plex digital, and Superman and Static Shock. So
Static Shock.
Those are amazing, so much fun to watch. And Andy agrees with you. There you go. Yeah, I give it when it's on HBO Max. I mean, I don't even know what the hell's going on with that. But cool. Let's talk about the ratings real quick. Let me share it screen.
This is amazing. You look at it.
Yeah, I know. It's been getting worse and worse and worse. But cool. Yeah, let's do like a quick 5 minutes or something. Nothing crazy.
All right.
All right, so I want to ask you guys about the Rotten Tomatoes score. So the tomato meter, which is the audience, or with the tomato meter, which is the critics, gave it a 39%. This is after opening weekend, but the audience, a 90%. That is one of the biggest gaps I've ever seen when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know.
I think a 39% was being too harsh to it.
Agreed.
Like, who the hell is 39%? Who the hell do you think you are? What are you talking about? Like, this movie is not 39%. Even if you only took half the movie, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? 39%, you're stupid. Critics are being too harsh. All comic book movies are remakes of other comic book movies. All panels are remakes of other panels. That's what they do. It's a comic book movie. Of course, there's going to be stuff that was already written. That's so stupid that they're complaining about these things. And just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. For me, I'm usually like, you know what? The actual rating of the movie is somewhere in between. Saying in between would be like putting it like at a 55, 60 maybe. And I still feel that's a little too low for this movie. It should be around, honestly, it should be around a 70 to 80, somewhere in that range. You know, if you really liked it, maybe 80. If you didn't like it, maybe a 70. 39 is way too low. 90, it's not way too high, but it's a little too high for me.
Yeah, it's too high, but it's because you have to balance it out from a 39. So like it's like you guys are being so stupid, obtuse about it. Then you need to go ahead. We got to put it on the other side, put a 90. You know, it's just stupid.
Actually, I kind of want to see what some of these critics are saying because Jesus. So we got in spite of being generally a passable film, it's fairly predictable and narrative devices are consistently perceived. Oh, that's full review of Spanish. Yeah, unfortunately, the heart is the film doesn't come from its main character. Really, it does. Well, I guess just the other two, Dr. Fate. Yeah,
oh, man.
Which I get because he's not the good guy, you know, of the film, you know, but he's also not the villain of the film.
Exactly.
Which I wish he was. I mean, he should have went in and blown shit up. He goes, you can't control this city because I'm gonna control it. Like that's how it should have been. Yeah, the least entertaining, least appealing role of Johnson's career.
Really?
The number says otherwise, but we'll talk about that in a second. Should have been really called Bland Adam. That's kind of funny. It's not right, but that's kind of funny. Yeah, just a shame the film itself is painfully dull.
Wow.
So.
I didn't necessarily find it dull. Like I said, it kept me entertained.
I don't know who thinks it's dull. That's stupid.
It held my attention.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't. 39 is way too little. But also the box office score. What do you guys think it did?
I already know it's over 60 million. That's just has to be.
Yeah.
So it is ranked The Rock's best opening ever. You know, so that already kind of like puts that in that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of DC's best openings ever.
Might be. You know what? I gotta look into that because I'm not 100% sure. Leave a comment if you know what's DC's record. The Batman's got to be up there. Some of the other.
I don't think he made that much money because Batman only made $300 million, right?
No way. Did it? So Black Adam made 67 million domestically. Yeah. So it I'm looking for international because it made some good money. Yeah, it made good money international. I was trying to look for it,
and they haven't released it yet. That's what I thought.
I think it was like 140 or something like that. I could be wrong, but there you go. Look up variety. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Well, you can't
there
be
you go.
the best
140 global.
Wow.
140 mil.
It's going to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's going to make that $1 billion.
I think so. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm thinking about. Well, I forgot. Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises is probably going to make more money.
Well, here you go. Just right off the bat. So Aquaman made 67.8. So it barely beat out this movie, and Shazam made 53.5. So, and then Venom made 80 million. Blech. Why? Why? This was so much better than Venom. So, but not too bad for numbers. Really,
okay, so here we go. I'm gonna read. Man of Steel made 116 million opening weekend. Batman vs Superman made 166 million opening weekend.
I can see him.
Suicide Squad made $133 million open weekend. Wonder Woman made $103 million. Justice League made $93 million. So, I mean, Black Adam's right where the everyone's basically everyone but Superman's origin story. It's about that.
Yeah.
Better than Shazam, better than Birds and Prey, better than Wonder Woman 1984, better than the other Suicide Squad. So, yeah, it's going to probably make $1 billion worldwide.
Yeah. If Jurassic World Dominion makes a bill, this definitely should make a bill.
Yeah.
I mean, Aquaman made a bill.
Yeah, it did. But worldwide, yeah, it was big in China, like huge in China. So, in domestic, it was okay. It didn't crush it like it did over there. But
only 300.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, you're right. Better than Doom or better than G.I. Joe 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, Morbius. There you go. There's a bigger gap. Morbius was 15% from the critics and 72% from the audience. At least this one, I agree with the critics. At least this one, I agree with the critics.
I don't even know who audience did you talk to?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So, but yeah, better than Tooth Fairy.
Just barely.
Yeah, just barely. But cool.
That was fun. I want to know what everyone else thinks about it. So yeah, definitely want to comment on it. What you guys think about the 39%? That doesn't make any sense at all. 90% probably doesn't make any sense either. So where do you guys rate it? It's probably gonna be somewhere in the middle, but where do you have it? I had it about 75. So I mean, that's pretty much where I am. I want to know what everyone else thinks with it, where they were rated. But comment on it. Let us know what we think in the video, and we'll go from there.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I gotta find time to edit all this stuff now.
We went on so many tangents. That's fun.
I think that's just the ebb and flow. That's just a constant habit that we have to accept at this point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's okay because these are live shows, so we could go through that.
But,
man.
Yeah.
But just putting a bow on this stuff, guys. Andy said Brandon fell asleep about an hour ago. So.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Putting a bow on there, I just want to say thank you, Andy. You know, you always really help out when you're around. It makes the show go a lot better. Derpy, I loved all your information today. This was great. This is right up your alley. Jimmy, I appreciate you always. You guys really are our mainstays, and having your conversation really helped out. The Haunted House of Nerd Show. Nerd Show is great. Can't wait to do a collab with you. We will definitely be hitting you guys up very soon. So, thanks to everyone. Cheers, Andy. Thanks
a lot, Andy.
Yeah. Also, all three of you guys, Andy, Derpy, Jimmy, go check out the video for the giveaway. Or I don't know if you can move, Brian. I think it's right behind you, right? Or is that something else?
Oh, it's too many things.
So yeah, so we're giving away some Black Panther toys. So if you want to win that, it'd be kind of cool. But,
I'm always ready. You never
this
know.
What Nakia, Shuri,
and
Black Panther. Black Panther.
Not T'Challa though.
Yeah, just Black Panther. So we're giving those away. So yeah, go check out over there. We're getting a lot of views on that one.
Yeah, we have almost 500 views. So
yeah, and then man, just share whatever videos on there if you like. If you want, we got a few more. We need to record. We'll do that later. We need to record at least one more classic review.
Oh yeah,
but I'll figure that out. I got to do some edits tonight. So, but yeah, man, just share, man. We appreciate when you guys share. Just try to get more people. We're trying to get to 500. We're at 427.
427. Yes.
What the hell, man? That came out of nowhere. We got like 7 people in like a day, which like blew my mind. So
when we put some good videos out there, it really helps out. So
yeah. The Creed trailer is doing really good. The Blockbuster trailers got like 100.
I was like,
Frighteners got like 370. You know, the Beetlejuice almost got 200. So the Megan trailer broke 1,000.
1,000. It's over 1,000 now.
We got over 1,000 views on that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Which that I did not expect that. Also, a bunch of people in the comments are saying like, oh, in the beginning of the trailer, I guess the girl was showing the doll TikTok videos of dances. So, so I gotta go back and rewatch the trailer, but the trailer was very distracting because like you're kind of laughing a lot, so I might have missed a lot of it. But yeah, I was kind of surprised. I'm like 1,000 on that trailer. But, okay. So Werewolf by Night got 1,200, which is awesome.
Which is great. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I want more. I want more special. They're talking about a Silver Surfer special. They're talking about Nova special. I'm all in. So yeah, we appreciate it, man. All these
Nova
views.
I kind of want a Nova full length movie.
I do too.
But I a special would be fine for Silver Surfer. I'd be good with that.
Yeah, because
before Fantastic Four or after?
Right when. Yeah, I would say shortly after. Wait a month or two after the movie's released, because Silver Surfer is a perfect way to introduce Galactus.
Yeah, you can introduce Galactus from it.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, we got a bunch of comments, man. So we appreciate it. Appreciate it. But Monday we are giving away doing the giveaway. So, yeah.
All right, guys. I am all pooped out. So, thanks everybody, and we'll see you guys later. And hopefully, Brandon will stay awake next time.
Yeah. Later.
See you guys.